BBC.
Ghana is no more.
My picture free me, I'm not made no war.
Instead of the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons and daughters of God. Hey, we pray for love, we pray for peace, we pray for unity always. To make our nation better. Oh, to make our nation better. Bring peace to our land. Nation better. Peace to our land. Nation better. You know we're gonna do it again, right?
Kwaku obodie to na bedwa fatness. Extra time politics no so guso awutie.
We are more than nothing I get. Nothing I get. Nothing I get. Nothing I get. Once I forget to. I bring the beat to you. Too many years to say me. Sorry I'm not fine today to say me. Many years to be as to say me. Ohene papa siga for to tell me. Yes, me need you. Now so plenty they envy you. Because I'm in my blog but me need you. You're into guys in the Jimmy you. I'm out in review. Nothing I get. Now me need you. Nothing I get. I'm out in review. Nothing I get. Now me need you. Nothing I get. I'm out in review. Nothing I get. Now me need you. Nothing I get. I'm out in review. Nothing I get. Now me need you. Nothing I get. Nothing I get. You know nothing I get. Nothing I get. Nothing I get. Nothing I get. Maybe I might have bed. My birthday. Say nothing I get to. I get to. Very soon my money go come music abepe. Where if you come to be as a better. This a be to grow my shit. To be now again is what I meant. Better again man as you way. Man as you way. Medina go. Obana ga mami. I'm in review. Nothing I get. Na me need you. Nothing I get. I'm in review. Nothing I get. Na me need you. Nothing I get. I'm in review. Nothing I get. Na me need you. Nothing I get. I'm in review. Na me need you. Nothing I get. Don't me bo am here. I thought you said I wanna be a billionaire. Some tia, if you an engineer, and let me person me fake. I want to be rare. See, I'm a brother man. Sometimes me resist me a dada, but I want to be myself, not another man. Nipa who me don't just call my caliber.
Kwaku obodie to na bedwa fatness. Extra time politics no so guso awutie.
Uma weni bere me a we bombo. Me wa mi zongo, am I winning review? Nothing I get. Na me ni
Sawoma wani bring me a uye bombo.
nothing I get. Na me ni show.
Na me wa mi zongo.
Winning review. Nothing I get. Na me ni show.
Oma wani bring me a wabragu kwa.
Nothing I get. Na me ni show.
Obisi watu opete tuo.
Sorry I'm not fine today as a
Obete ane se wase wa crowd bokwa.
Ohene papa siga for to tell me.
Yesu menino.
Now so plenty they envy. Long about me view. You're into guys in the Jimmy you. I'm out in review.
Nothing nuggets.
Na me ni show.
Nothing nuggets.
I'm out in review.
Nothing nuggets.
Na me ni show.
Nothing nuggets.
I'm out in review.
Nothing nuggets.
Na me ni show. Nothing I get.
I was your for what I say. You say, but this is so adwene da tira. You better share so frau. So this guy home. This guy family here. I was surprised UK with family here. With DJ Big Joe, DJ Postman, DJ Dadlin J, DJ Kwasante, ne very say crazy vibes. You know far family about you watch. You better shock this nation. This boy is crazy and he's good. Because of crazy more than. I'm just excited with the news abound. in Ghana, the news we are looking at. I'm just thinking, say, would there be a day, say, Ghana, because say, assembly anyhow. That could be because Ghana assembly anyhow, or being going because Mamajo, Hamuna Kwaba, about a year extra time politics war, a year GN radio. So, you're streaming live on Facebook and there's our YouTube also, and to TV also now, if any saying smart TV, get on a YouTube now, and tune in. When TV so say, who events the BBC, you know, live, everything going on here, you see it. Now let me tell you, say, let me call Ghana be brave, call. Saying, and someone who doors Tino, chairman of the PPP, newly elected chairman of the PPP, because I have the drive for the party going forward 2020 elections. NDC UK and Ireland, so chairman because Honorable Al Hassan, and then because the second vice of the NPP, Mr. Agyapong, Adumata Agyapong, Kingsley, and then some Dawson. But me pese unya butaka creme na mame. Me chia adofo ne abusuafo nyina na me chia me technician ne me technical support. Me producer who is DJ Big Joe, my producer, my technician, my technical support, everything. The man is just check. Abra David Jam Hokoya no. DJ Big Joe also me wan ka boy be achimari. DJ Big Joe also wan ka be achimari. Moti nka oni Dr. Ren ene DJ Big Man almost by share her from 3 o'clock to 7, 4 hours drive time on the Brahmano. Oda say it was super. Mejama Sasa. I don't know. I'm got to nya san kranka and then come no to now. My shame more than I was out for Sabre was still about 821. You were gonna call your course. Me try a course out some about sentence say. I was say the here sana the fata na ansana no mean semono me di line up beba me mo hu COVID-19 Ghana ni global die esi agina na fe ye beko elections nti no ye tomu ko 10 o'clock impo ebeko ni makra to 11 we will try tough bye bye na ya de ensem bia ekoso mani mu so den abeto ni bia na wonti ye na me pay busa say for how long must this go on? How long must this go on? What am I talking about? Adentina elections afibiano. They run up to the elections in less than 5 to 4 months, to elections, and someone a finipa be anumuba. And some be a finipa be anumuba. Ama me dwene ho a ensiso. Na ensiso so amintiase, sentence say kasa Sammy ubenya me ohu so ubenya me o mababo mu a na me kasa, that's for sure, because there are times when I'm too comfortable I make mess of myself in my speeches. Me take it I never be for granted, then I will be making fun of by nipa nyina nyepe. And to honorable is a problem. And me try Ebusamo say, why should I get myself into this? A very good evening to you, Mommy. Mommy, baby, Michelle. I believe that Metunka, Michelle, Joe, Michelle, Joe, Nkrumah, Liz, and Awutia, Michelle Sabato, Michelle Ernesto. Misacha, a year, if any say, NPP for nyina ne NDC for nyina ne PPP for nyina mo krodua mu CPP ne party aka nyina kuma ne akese nyina mechem nyina. Dr. Ren, good evening to you and big ups to you, my friend. Political eyeball, bass jambo china. Obianti onin. Something say party nya baba. Dr. Ren baba 1 o'clock sharp no. Say ni train na locking there. Also hotel or boa go the hotel bia na make the pain. On go the hotel bia but the truth always e bia na the train and two. Obeba. Eti mumra say dem be train na no ama no. Mumra na ebeba so me time no emboame I cannot join him but some we na say brand wo mu na mu nko I'll just track you guys and see how far you going na me ne mo abebom but Dr. Ren will be here with you guys. Now what I'm saying is kasa I'm talking about spoken language. Abuja Nano na me Sammy Gyamfi. With all due respect to his position as a national communication officer for the biggest opposition party in Ghana, he had been elected earlier on Crown previously, and he was in power with the ruling government then. But with a massive but. Sammy Gyamfi kasa miteni kasa. Me didn't want to so. Sammy Gyamfi miteni kasa. Me didn't want to so. Same say, if politics would take us to this level, even to talk to people that we think said they are multiple times above our age. For the sake of politics, we can talk to them anyhow we want. Me dwene ho amenti ase. Na me ti ase so enye Saint say, many free bia by from the Fourth Republic ever seen nedie. Me di politics na chi. Enye bibia na menim. How we put some question behind I mean to me and sound. But what I'm trying to tell you is say since December 7th or November 7th, whatever 1993 I've been current to today. Me knew when I started started politics. Because not Sammy Gyamfi. Then times Rollins near Dubois time. Rollins near 4 time. Rollins near Nana Dako for time. For the very first time, some of them I didn't know where his whereabouts was. But the truth is, Nikasanye, I must point to you, and then me nature man wo UK be komo. Na mebusa say a deal futuo. A dear quantre, a quan ben no more try directly or communicators say on Bakasa. In fact, and these communicators, they are brilliant. They are brilliant. Many friends saying the former communication officer, oh, many of Fantini, referee, yes, I'm crying, any pancho, one, is just a referee. Who are one who Mekano, Mebondin. Mabusa and so much and the thing say me pay me check Sammy Gyamfi my own music position one the position is bigger than him himself and he should be very careful with the way he talk to leaders and the president and then now you aligned the situation with the president of Ghana because he is a president. Umpo or your president. And it's no mentia say, Obe use Obi Nana, Obi Papa, Obi Ekunu, Obi Busuani, politics in tea. We have a pet do wouldn't make for me, Mesha Akufado. 3 occasions. The last time I'm going to as sober and as humble the man is. na ordinance sakwa didi. But everybody there was using fork and knife, spoon, whichever. I saw a difference. Mama ye kasa ho ntikakra. Abato ni here. Power ni here pa. But who are you going to rule? Se power no nya na se won na wo bedi won so hu se wo usuban ni won ni ye bi mfata se bedi eso a obesi dey rule. Come on, let's grow up. Make the sound so no. Na minjai say enu be ma honorable Kennedy Akompra ko Ohene Agyapong say about threatening the lives of Sammy Gyamfi. Yeah, saying, I don't want to hear again. In biokra, almost every election piano honorable Kennedy Agyapong problem. Why? But this is the same man when he's set to talk about what is wrong or bad. It doesn't matter your political allegiance or affiliation. He will hit you right in the head. But why? Papa, what do you need? 60 years, you are grown up. I'm sorry, say me use that word when you need bad. And yet, in an awkward way. What I'm saying is, say, you could have called him to book, advise him Gyamfi, and let it say political affiliation. And say to me, he's be bad from Peace FM. We know that. Well, what he said about Sifakai. But notwithstanding, what's an American? Honorable Kennedy Agyapong should realize, say, he's an honorable and a member of parliament for that matter. And it shouldn't be always the case, it say, the Biani and Fro will see Agyapong. The benefit will see Agyapong. Now, another story, I'll be that Diagone, Yan Colabio. And I'm saying an authority say NPP and this should know say Ghana for Yankora. Ghana for Yenso, Yankora. Yanini. Mama covered in the Biancoda, Namu Pabe Fikum, or Ma about Chaco Ghana. Yakoji, ye Kokoji, ye co accord. We are going to take our own life into our own hands. And it wouldn't be NPP'S anymore. It wouldn't be NPP'S anymore because then they know. What do you have more? Now, me nima the currency only Ghana Kwan. And I say opposition here and I say nya ya. Incumbent and Manabaso. Say the ruling power or ruling government in power no ya dear. Na say a young pa. Say opposition say no. No one between baby no. On Kanasau no bunabum. Ghana. Where are we heading towards? Where? I didn't hear you. Am I home? Why are we killing ourselves? Why are we making ourselves so open? What did I say? Open ourselves for people to, get hold of us. And call you. Now, I come in Kwan. Now, come up, woman, and my son. What did I say? Because that thing have to stop. It got to stop. Because Ghana Yamudia. Ghana Aye United. I mean, Ghana, I'm saying, Menya Honorable Nana Ofori Osu. We chairman, the Progressive People's Party. It's a newly elected. Nana, good evening. Namwaju Abajian Radio. Nana Mautin Kwa. Inyo na ebeye first of the money. Ebeye first of the money. Na that's a part there. Your friend no aje do. Ubre no eso na wonyuma so do. Now, so your friend Agyapong, and yes, I will GNT, but Emo Akwaba, Emma Janet Phone.
Major, dear radio, I say, no, I don't know. We went to my friend there. And we stood on for Inca. So what I had a GM radio, big time international platform. My friend there, Mr. Mitchell,
that's senior. And then my one the other supana, Odin can. Say na where you there the PPP and say ugom travel.
Yeah.
Na GN fan MCGN that's same PPP. Edie vision. Nana edie akwanya na wo and to say for 3 successive elections in 12 years GN that's some granny PPP team call even parliament and I say MC and I say be them and they are kwangwa and share bang and they are going so PPP what number 2 a paddle mo bia be hu there PPP so make a difference or Ghana done now NDC and PP
and the one to be brave. Now, PPP, I don't know. In 3 hours, a woman, 8 years. And the party in 2012. And I had a call election the same year, 2012. Now, this year, they call 2012, they call 2016. Now, I think you are there what has it. The power of the Progressive People's Party. Yet to party in 2012 had the same year you call election. And that same year, the second largest opposition party was Ghana main or you the record of Ghana, the best political party the same year, neither or now 2012 or so to 2016. If I vote at the parliamentary level, or you have over 230,000 votes at the parliamentary level. Also, it was over 100% increase from 2012 to 2016. Or you could be acquire representative democracy. Only winner takes all, and your parliament says over 230,000 votes. Presidential votes, so you call from 64,000 to 114,000 votes. Also, another almost 100%. It is a share. The short life of the PPP and the gains that you make, or your baby, or you truly, or you indeed. Now, I think they are not never mind the Ghanaians. Ghana in the diaspora here. The 2016 election, we have what to train yourself being the good into a boxing match. You can imagine there a fight these two parties. Now, in Ghana, oil referee, only one tackle from behind. October of 2016, 2 months to election, we need Dr. Nduom defeat election. Now you can imagine that in politics, one day can be 100 years. Now you campaign from October to November. Now you fight the case in court. Can you imagine? I got see on the grassroots. In Minima, if you put you, if you simple, what's it? I want each and each year. Not back and lie, what's it? Now, fight. Ghana, my gather your resources. Kuta strategy. Fight, kuyako. Now we're fake. Commissioner, or say, when you back to me in the year 2016, sometimes you move food. When somebody tell me that, the man I expected that 2016 or how can they ever try when the referee has become a player, what tackle you from behind? With a little over 2 months to go. Let's spending over 1 month in courts. In courts to redeem ourselves. What can I say? Because as a parliamentary candidate without a presidential aspirant, very difficult. It's almost like an option. 2015 issues, numbers now are working on. In terms of real votes, over 235,000 votes at the parliamentary level. Extrapolate that number, let's say multiply by 10. You believe that we could have had at least 2.4 million votes in 2016. The presidential, we could have had over 1 million votes. But it was intentional. It was intentional. What say? Now, what is some frivolous, useless excuse to take us out of the election? We have to go to court. Now, you know what is even worse, my brother? You really a court case now at the High Court now. The court is the act of the EC, what acted capriciously, I don't know. You really a court case here Friday. You might every parliamentarian candidate back to their constituency. Maybe like this, we draft for parliamentary candidate to put to. Me call on the ground, me the best take cash in the real constituency to reignite the campaign. Best take cash in the room. Consider that you call a soil more than 30. Now you can imagine that. You call a soil there in the best 2,000 that's one. 2,000 times 30 and sorry that day look in terms of distribution what was over 60,000 Ghana. Then you on Sunday, Monday, they take the case to appeal court to Supreme Court. And so there is actual case to momentum. The momentum you have come to kickstart the campaign again. To go back to the Supreme Court to go and compete there. So when people are sitting somewhere, what your erroneous analysis now PPP, this amount of votes in 2016, you forget the trauma you go through. Imagine like Tyson at his prime, ring, you know, watch it to listen, they village. No, we will be at the mic, or you don't lose your mind.
Nana.
That is what we went through.
Nana.
And you know, those things, or you're black on the course.
Nana.
Or you're black on the course. They might be people.
Nana.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. I need you more. I respect your position and I respect your frustration. I mean, what I say, because it shouldn't have happened. But I see now going forward, you know. Machine.
Exactly.
Machine will say, now come the tech. And I said, my next match with you, no number Busau. Me Busau question say, Nana, I didn't know the go kwam. You say, you know what by the new chairman. We are strategic. You plan, you plot, you strategize how to beat the opponent. Echo to Luzi. And I say, Sala, Abaye chairman for the entire party. If we today are good you, but for chairman for the party, you have to have a plan for over 283 MPs.
275.
MPs. And then I buy Ghana for Beji say. Also, because we have to have a divisive party.
We are a very good question. Now, baby, I'm a shy there. If you don't know your past, you don't know your future.
That's true.
Knowing the past, you know, then talking about knowing the future, you know, and all the time the present position. If you don't situate your history, you must know the past and the efforts and the fights, you know, and how a referee was the one authenticating your fight.
Okay.
We needed to situate that. Now moving forward.
Okay.
The PPP be in 2021 will be in Parliament. The PPP in 2021.
Now repeat that again. Repeat that.
The Progressive People's Party. Party Papa. We will be in Parliament. 2021 when this election is over. That is.
I will hold your word to you.
Hold my word. And I make sure that at the presidential level, we want to get enough votes to push it to second round.
Okay.
It's your master strategy.
Okay.
The master strategy in 2021, the Progressive People's Party will be in Parliament. We hope also that on the presidential level, we will garnish enough votes to carry this election to the second round.
Nana, I don't know what you go akwamu. Ama Ghana 40 wo. Omuti opa Ghana. I don't know what.
We are every day. The Progressive People's Party. Minister more history kaka. Not into determine. Yet present what we are doing presently. The Progressive People's Party and the changing political discourse in Ghana. Before the Progressive People's Party, now you are no make sure where you want politics. No, today. You introducing policy discussion. The moment you how powerful our policy discussion or changing the landscape of politics in Ghana. Meaning, you and Ghana, the then NDC government, you don't call courts to compel them to implement the directive principle of state policy. Article 36 and 38, A and C. Every Ghanaian child must go to school. We must employ what we call education police. In the game of fire, what is PSH? But yet, total policy, the title of it is No Child Left Behind. So the affordable okay. Ghana memu no won't say a GM radio. Waka akwantu channel. Ghana one dino. And more from one in the street, I want on dog chase, what on town, plan, and we have born one city cano. All because JHS junior high school living. In social media, Ghana, I work a figure of fellow BECE exam. I found out the 12, 13, 14. When you're good, they know control socialist or fail with that. Your life here over ultimate high school. And so, in black day, I found until the age of 18 years old, you are under the care of the state. Until the 18 years until the child at Tuaba. And so Ghana, every year, you throw social year. Over 100,000 young people were failing this exam every year. And multiplied by 10 years, that is 1 million children. And imagine why all these street children, Mofama, what by a criminal. In my former what flagging, what compound no like all chase no, or a failed educational system. I there, a father, I had the 12, 13, 14, a 12 socialists and that. Why are they? You to me down, they want life. Your life is finished. PPP needed document maybe the no child left behind. I do not have 3 years, but I work as what any BEC, One hour person social and time work on your 3 years. Yes, one abolish BEC, now from school from KG all the way to high school, free as per the constitution. Or your PPP needed the money, yet the bay. But because there, the actual policy of no child left behind, one task. But the BEC must be abolished in order to have a good educational system.
Okay.
Yano was actually in the Fourth Republic from 1992 to date. Nia, the Progressive People's Party. And the Ghana for yes, democracy. Ghana for say intelligent enough to be able to Obama yes president. You have to Obama member of parliament. You have down to Obama assemblyman. Say to Obama unique committee members. Are we not intelligent enough to vote for a metropolitan, municipal, district chief executives? Your governmental system, the money for development, the common fund, they are the people who control. Now, these MMDCs are appointed by the president. They are appointed by the president. It is the local people who come there. Oh, maybe I got the choke. Janaya say, they want them out of the office. We citizens because the citizen did not put him in that position. He was appointed. And to the Progressive People's Party, leading this campaign that the MMDC should be an elected position. Government of the people, for the people, by the people, must be truly representative. And at that level, people must be able to exercise their franchise. Whether manufacturing or the local development or your PPP agenda. Also, they try to do it, but because when we believe in it, they don't truly believe in this policy. They didn't push it through. Even though we supported them all the way that the government must get this thing done. And they acknowledge that this is a PPP position agenda. And they were trying to push it, they didn't push it. It's a corruption. Katasina project. Oh, the PPP, year 2012, 10-point agenda, year 2016, 10-point agenda. And there must be a total separation of the Minister of State from Attorney General, which means that the Minister of Justice should be an advisor to the President. The Attorney General should be the people's representative in terms of fighting the corruption mantra. You cut the margin, you become a special prosecutor. Honestly, a PPP, a position, a PCM, it was adopted. But then we adopted it wrongly. Because the special prosecutor, they have subset of some of the powers of the Attorney General and we yield it to the special prosecutor. That is why he's having so much progress prosecuting. The Ghanaian government. And then the Progressive People's Party, fundamental and that over Ghana work.
Okay.
The processes, the procedures, the change in the governance system that will allow Ghana to go forward. The health policy of the Progressive People's Party. Yes, the preventive health care should be the focus. Yet, we have been living with malaria. In Tonton, we can't solve in Tonton in Ghana. Other developing nations of the world have solved the issue of Tonton. And there are evidence. The United States is a clear evidence. They dealt with mosquitoes and malaria and eradicated it from their community. Ghana, you and I, we spent about 70% of the national health budget on diseases that can be prevented. So we are saying that we must go back to the sanitation police and implementing sanitary conditions in our community to make sure that there's no stale water sitting there and breeding mosquitoes to kill our offspring. This cannot happen in a so-called developmental world, in a global village. So for the eradication of diarrhea, of malaria and other such diseases. It's the way to go because they are the ones that eat up our health budget. If the Progressive People's Party is, in terms of your communication, in terms of what we see for our motherland Ghana, we have the love for our nation. And we believe also that, you see, in this Fourth Republic, Yano has failed us. Yano keeps talking about a Guggenberg economy.
Yano,
yeah, those two parties now. The two of them.
I don't know why.
One bad hold. We have Amma the time and look at Kasa.
Yeah,
there's a balance and a bomb for that many justice to the Progressive People's Party. I'm not sure. Yano, on a singular, on a plural. The two of them. Those who have been at the helm of affairs in this Fourth Republic from 1992 to date.
Yeah.
Only Ghana still a difficult nation. And the poor, the poverty over Ghana, we are for no reason. The abject poverty over Ghana, it's not a joke. It's not a joke.
I cover a lot of subjects. Once as a shock, a crack. It was so much what I call a futuno. A bad message, not a my futufu and a winnibafu. I'm a one to a bama. I again there. And yes, at the Asamfu Fuma, and as some corner, the my PPP, hot about my PPP for representatives.
Yeah, in a philosophical shift in thought. The reason why the Progressive People's Party here competitions, or the reason I'm at the mouth,
okay, matter.
Because you can't 2 months to election.
Okay.
Free all your demand. We are on your small issue.
Matter.
And NPP'S na sabe yan ye bibintina in parliament.
Okay.
Or your bibi obidin yawo. Or your deliberate plan.
Okay.
Why you working?
And the matter is
now why would they be worried about the PPP to the extent that they will put the way about to them? Why would they be worried?
Because I'm stressing on the need for a third or fourth, even fifth diversity in the parliament. For life in parliament shouldn't be business as usual. So that's what stress us are.
Come 2021, the Progressive People's Party will be in parliament. Only assurance.
Nana?
Because that interference now was the bad 2016.
Oh, Sibu. Oh, Sibu.
Yankasa Metier 2016, parliamentary candidate. Let me say the director of operations for the party.
For the party, that's right. Sana must told you come phone so.
We are national director of operations. And Sana maybe the chairmanship. We were history. We were knowledge of the party. 275 constituencies in 16 regions in this time first of all, your focus is the youth.
Okay, Nana, you call education so. Okay, education for all, free for at the age of 13 in Colano. And they so be free education. Okay, now and they we had the NC of Ghana, the trending news, one of the trending news I call Ghana so yeah. And final year students they're causing riots at schools. They're insulting the president because of Pascal questions some fees and about Mwamba. They didn't and never be brave to see. What do you make of it, and what is the PPP stance in this?
Okay. Oh yeah. You cool school. No? Those times are not social media and you all know. It's in an anti and you want to be a like you're radical. One casa, why is school and after being an angel?
How can we?
I would say, every classmates, every classmates, I did not, as a youth, as a young teen, now your energy. It's just that energy, you know, now it used to that time and now. Look at the demonstrations and they closed down schools at those times.
And great.
And look at the way the youth stood up against oppression.
No, but hold on. Would you think, say?
I would say we make the argument. You understand?
Okay, Monaco.
You understand? You understand what I'm saying? First of all, the moment from our graduating, in New Zealand, what they from now? From SHS, this year batch, in New Zealand, what they from now?
David.
Well, from Akufo graduate.
Okay.
Right? Now, from Akufo graduates. The more book now,
I don't know officer from, sir.
In terms of free SHS, they were the first batch to go to free SHS.
Oh, okay.
And see, the ruling government is calling them Akufo graduate. Now, make I say that.
That's fine.
Book now, what's it? A pass school book now.
Yeah.
President picture no one here.
No, Mahu.
Now, so how come you don't ask a question that the president?
No, and I'm saying, take me and quick, and you follow up.
Yes,
and then talk about, and then more time.
And I make a try. In Pacono competency book, no. Oh, you show president picture to print the book, no. What was the president's motive?
I wouldn't know.
What was the motive? You want to control book? I print the president's picture that time book, no. Nobody questioned why somebody will go and print this thing and distribute other mammophila in SHS schools. You have created a problem. I'm creating a perception that a mammophila graduate. If they pass school questions with that president picture alternative, telling the children that president why endorse to this book. Let's say book wako social what's his name, and they are angry about it. But who was the person politicizing education? Should education be politicized?
No, at all.
That's a school question. You put a president's picture as the cover page to the booklet, and you distribute it to the children free of charge. Who is the person who spent the money to print that book and distribute it?
And how much did it cost?
How much did it cost? That you can give these things all across Ghana.
Ghana.
And so what I'm saying is that, and so what I'm trying to tell you is that people have gone to politicize education. And the children who are rather victims of this, we are rather going against the children who are victims.
Okay, Nana. Let's take and then see, as I'm see. Me war Minister of Education. Now my directive, sir. I will pass my judgment and how the punishment that will be allocated. Would PPP look at it, or what would PPP do? With
we will arrest the corporates now, operating book now, or distributing. We will arrest them first.
Okay.
Because this assumption, other be sounded. What is the positive factor? What is the trigger? What caused that thing to happen? Just don't look at the situation that two people are fighting. What triggered the fight? to get the fine. It is a father said he should not insult the elderly. But if he feels that it is the elderly who are pushing it into a hole, are you saying that the child should not speak?
And this the president at Tamona.
What caused the person to insult the president?
Let's take his a president or the minister, whoever made that error, has committed it. Now,
we have according to book with the president, the picture, that kind of book with it. I distribute it free. I'm a farmer. What's the intent of that thing I hear? That the president cares about you, and it is the president who has done this for you. So if the that
book, so when you are there, that's what the new two happen in the book. Soon as so failure, and that's one pass. Yeah,
we have men cut them. If you say this thing, and then you are being either very insensitive or you're playing an ostrich.
No. I mean, call that route, Nanati. Okay. Babado. I mean, at all. I would have chosen. I would have chosen near Twado.
What?
My job to match us. Anna. The
OB has become a victim. The child spoke out of frustration. As a child, that is why you still be a child. As a child, when we were children, we all thought and behave as children.
That's right.
When you become an adult, you become something else.
Yeah.
Now, Pasco is part of Ghanaian education system. Pasco, past questions.
Past questions.
Or you're part and parcel of the Ghanaian education system. That's what I'm saying. But I don't really want it there. What formalize the past questions? No, what the president, literature, or that to do. And the children were under the impression there. What from Akufo-Addo graduates? Now Akufo-Addo ni book about the picture outside the let's say Akufo-Addo all my exam and social why easy.
So they might think say with a present picture covering the whole pamphlet, it might be an authentic and proper
yes, because
exams.
And then the other thing they say there, have you heard anybody from government circles condemning the use of the image of the president's picture on that book?
Obian Kasai.
Has the person been arrested, brought to book, or the person should be questioned because to use the image of the president in facilitation of an entrepreneurship idea, it's not legal.
I know, I understand.
It's not appropriate the picture of the president to put on that book. So to me, one man said what we have done wrong as a people. That has brought about the reaction from these children.
Yeah,
and I'm saying that the reaction of these children should not be surprising to anybody because the youth as we are when we were at that time and then you deceive us. This is deceit. The children see it as deceit. And you deceive them. Then you come back to say yourself, you are punishing those whom you have deceived. It's not fair.
Now, Matthias, but if I say it will be run quickly enough, you call another subject, so which is very, very, very important. One, I can say, Usakra to insult another in first instance, okay? People have destroyed and said, now we are radical, we are academy, we are afraid. We are born in BBC, you punish it, we be cross suspension, could be paying. Right? Now, fan is saying, you punish them. What do you think for government? You've dealt with the government fine, a government side of it. Fine, I understand that. What do you think is a relevant and responsible punishment for these kids would there be any?
Well, I want my video. Afaba on school. Up there, ultimately, senior high school, maybe our trial for university. Punishment now, everybody punishment. What are you trying to get from Afaba? Because into punishing in a way, over destroying his future. Because the essence of going to school is to corrective measure so that you'll be able to go ahead. Look, Ghana education system, if you come to Ghana now, you call high schools counseling for children is virtually zero. Counseling for Mofana or big guy, the old psychologist, is virtually zero. The presence of psychologists in the tertiary schools is virtually zero. And the Mofana are going and then whipping out what we want or big Kabibi against the president. You have to sit him down and tell him why the disrespect of authority is not good. And sometimes authority needs to be disrespected for a change to come. Are you also aware?
I do understand.
Because the history of black people in the U.S., for example, whites only toilets and black only toilets. This one was legislated by law. But people had to go against the grain that existed to bring about change. So Afaba about the energy to be able to speak up what they believe, even if it is wrong.
Ofori Osula na kati mesa friend be na friendship because ba se me ne awie ansana yakọ other Vincent other podcast players so my friend no in a very short while na mama e make cry because they can who here okay oba be chance na fe yakobi bi for so abuja for na Owusana ofori owusuna moten kan no na say Nyagopo adom ya elected no as PPP national chairman ema PPP o afense ewiase na ya tribe bi say benya no na asan ba bio na afe ye ntoado na ema kwa bio ya kwa bio ya ka sa che na okay ya fa no onto ho ni enko bibi for so am say atefo na at the point now, punishment,
now I don't make a punishment in there. The punishment should seek to correct and to guide.
Okay.
It should not seek to punish and deter a child from moving forward with developmental process.
Matasi.
In terms of their work or school.
It shouldn't affect the education. That's fine. I understand that.
Shouldn't do it.
Mame, encourage quickly. Anyway, they're born to me. It's say, people before Atasi, some of the captions be cry say, people before ma abomodia atopo doctor. Ma block no some man in Sandy Bio. And na mobile model some what am ko
number one, Dr. Nduom situation. When I'm in there, a Bushambia or Ghana memo ha. Dr. Nduom or Bushanima, a Bushanin.
Of course.
There's such this say like this. The Progressive People's Party, you cherish.
Now, oh yeah, you intend him. Ola better cut you intend him. Aye.
You matter. You cherish Dr. Nduom. Now, and this year, Dr. Nduom for health reasons.
Okay.
It's a Jumedia. What did Ghana, Dr. Nduom Ghana, around your smarting? Until for health reasons, and at the end, on to Monko.
Okay.
On to Monko, so as much as that, yes, sad, the Progressive People's Party, or your one man party,
that be,
or the coming of progressive minded Ghanaian, yesterday, BB to San, will make political life. It is actually you won't call for 5 or 6 and won't pick a forms. former running mate to Dr. Nduom. And you may not send them any email. I Madam Bridget Jobonuku. Or send a mail of intent that she intends to contest and pick up the forms tomorrow.
Okay.
Bridget Jobonuku.
I am the former running mate, no?
Former running mate to Dr. Nduom.
Yeah.
William Doupo also has been on a pedigree in the pedigree in the political industry are very high. And also I pick the forms when they post the alcohol out.
Okay.
There are two doctors. One is a pediatrician and a veterinarian.
Okay.
And also I pick the forms with their content. Two people have called me today. For a retired major also wants to pick forms.
Okay.
Then there are some of the other parties. Some of the other parties, you call them upcoming parties, are also what candidates have also reached out that they want to work with the Progressive People's Party. And see, it's the prospects now urban are very positive. Now, National Executive Committee, yes, you be close to picking of the form and filing, the last day near the 20th of August. Yeah.
Okay.
Once we file on the 20th of August, we'll be able to filing. Then we'll go to the election. And the election is we are making it the end of the month, the end of August. Yeah, that election. And see, now some of these people are in the field campaigning with the regional people, campaigning at constituencies, trying to get their votes. Because the constitution of the PPP states that every card-bearing member in good standing can vote. Selected some few people being every card-bearing member in good standing. Good standing means they could share one monthly dues.
Okay.
Those people can vote for who becomes the next presidential candidate,
okay,
the flag bearer of the Progressive People's Party.
Mate, Nana.
Now, in confusion, you pick one. You're picking one message, is to the youth. Yeah, we are concentrating more on the youth. What the action? Now you want you to influence by Yanom to be able to make a decision. The Progressive People's Party is the only alternative. We are the alternative to Yanom, and that if they come to the Progressive People's Party, you are fighting for your life. You are fighting for a dignified life.
Now, mentioning the health and what the economy of Ghana, no, I'll have a show with you. Now, you talk a lot about what you just said, because yes, we will get through to the bottom of it.
Let me very powerful platform. Now, I'm a PPP. Yes, someone. Now, a quansa, Ghana, over Fanitampa, or they fra, was I'm my them, and be they to my Casawa, or freedom.
Yes,
oh, yeah. Energy now, I made the Casado. Because there any passion about what you are doing. Apart from the conviction, you must have the passion, the desire. There, it can be better than what it is now.
It is.
And my people deserve better.
It is.
My people deserve better. They need leadership. That is why the PPP
we pray for PPP. Say there should be a diversified parliamentarians. Party and all the parties should get to the parliament.
I assure you that
made different. Na a bit
2021, the Progressive People's Party will be in parliament.
And I'm the best, yeah. Yamin Shaw, a Becca actually, na ya him. I was out for Nana Ofori Osu, a chairman elect for the Progressive People's Party. And I'm what is 7 Casano. And 7 what Yakasache. Was so good to extra time politics. Medin di Koba. DJ Big Joe, I am a producer. Big time. And I was so I'm a technician if you be yeah, a message, Josie. Prince Anderson, or see True Talk. Me name the True Talk. Means I don't know. What's it? But thank you for listening, Prince Anderson. And Joyce Belko Deborah. A very good evening to us watching and listening to you live. Thank you for doing the listen. I hope sir you guys will keep on sharing. Yes, I'm the Dawson. Now our friends soon. And yeah, we and I'm here upon 11 o'clock. Say upon 11 o'clock there, no manaka ho. Now come on, so you're not our summer boy, and I'm me and ya a home. Sentence says a ball 11 that's a mean coy, they are not doing, you know. It's a pay 11 o'clock. Where's an more yaham? It's about 9:20. 9:20. Yako fret a year NPP me mama time na mama twam kura apa ho mfa che mate na ofodo so hwe na ana me emunya bekasa mama ko nyamfa mbo no ncheme oso gusu test time politics o me dey koba nyame adom a ochina podcast abo eri ebie eye fence launch eri bie eye fence election 2020 ano so the be political party nyamba hana ensem bi kasa bia na obeka no even say open obetumi busa ebe konya ko frɛ even say ye PPP4 na ye no wona kasa in fact ye nko NPP4 mra na fe ye nko PPP4 don ba and this for don ba me don be jina so sentence say amu sam no also and they have agreed to also be with me till the close of the show and until my main kofa Yenya Kingsley Adumata Agyapong our second vice Emma NPP Emma NPP UK and Ireland na afi yene no embon komo sentini say enema yakoso Ghana no asi na se wo ye minister na se wo de photo wo de omampani photo ekoto pasco achia botane sen ade emma enipa eye more into sponsorship and branding no is the image me akola no senko fa Enya Kingsley Upon the good evening.
Good evening, I would say.
A man of Korea, Facha me say, a benache, Ghana call, and you don't such a cry, Sam Dawson, whatever, and I saw your Brahma, and this is the Unia and this was a Brahma Messiah. Biana would say the minute Unia, if I'm saying, and now Ofori also a kaya. Young go straight to the point. A man penny picture at a Pasquachi. And collect the money to so science students and a mako and a amfoi and a mobile fu a be a cassette sia man penny me we are colla no depending at time I don't care how your case is many in your home but if you want and young colla fort minia then I'm coming home
yo me say no mentia o tiefo
yeah you so
I am say you know I had to be pictures are and social media and any idea far sa in college exams here necessary control well obviously politics and you know now I am say you know NDC phones so the diabolics kakra from
how
that propaganda is be so abumbi talking about the friends saying we notes which is previous record of exams, and how our questions are set up. Chrome how we do and idea new. It was not say a pop say the command column and column, you know, Mofanko and Concussiona and Luna Baba. In Tiona Major say NDC for honor politicizing to that extent.
I didn't know about NDC for.
Oh, not say free as the Chessy by Yama Waka and a cow Mukusuma and Cardian Crown are me now. I mean, no, say even Omocrano, the moment free as a chess no crown or just say a PPP idea. So why do you blame the NDC?
Well, when I implemented.
People force or more idea, come on, almost 10 policy agenda.
I'm number so why are there me now also for me. Yeah. PPP for no aside what me I'm rising to become the chairman of the party. I need some sometimes we may disagree to agree. And why you be and then the party for I could do something personal, but they all kind of meaning.
Okay.
Nana do conceive idea way. Even I aware, even it was even before 2008 election, and the appeal so they call 2012, then 2016, and they implemented. And so yes, maybe they might have. They are still say almost home but it is not really something that as I say to me it money because at the end of the day Ghana phone and we are seeing the background conceive that idea now the buy and power implementation. And personally, maybe for say a quite a communication probably between the education service and Nkolano the beer. I'm not very sure. Uncle Ye and Nkolano so all shape the proportion of the whole of our secondary schools in Ghana. A mood go saying and then a be choir. Sadi fast we a babble. And I for you can say a mirror now or mono young and I say you're crying young. Ye moving the be a Yakwan school if it is any be a momo corner. But
I'll call them in Fraba Manaquai.
But now I'm saying at that time social media be anyone now idea and you will be to see but because of the social media was not available it wasn't around say between at one go I'm be say happen yes and Kolana and I condemn it is wrong said the year cry tradition yet it's as I say and not only say nipa no ana oyo mami ana papa na mumu nipa no mami a papa cry age group no ona obi a woni se wo as so di odi enidi man and Nkola no sabi omu Nkola omu ba omu ni nyansa omu afum I think somebody for say abofra ne nko sumuna so na aboa no beka no aboa no Okone Kano
Okana Wende
and Drew Yan Kuma Colano. And as I say, I'm afraid you should not why in Junction. I think the Ananado Diaba, as I see in IFShe, a concept of the free senior high school. Is it a good idea? And now you say, and yet. And if we are seeing idea to say a good idea, and many ideas I say a boy by Nabaso. The hiccups of all these things not there. If you bet me about
why do they put his picture on the pamphlet?
As a matter of fact, I can't tell say what was the reason behind it.
Do you think it was good or not?
It depends on how or educational way the share no maybe amekasa maybe amekasa so maybe amekasa I try to be fair akra okay the biano nipa ya politics okay and personally say picture na na that really new as a matter of fact and say that clear picture say
Adieni, but we will say picture be one in Colano de belt near bar a book book no so no plan I say picture no that's one can idea first time mati. And if that is the case, then no fees and another picture and that's no more bar a bon no dia. That means no you're questionable. Say like you're saying, you know, how why I say because another picture.
Because me can you but I'm supposed to be if I can remember American that sendo. Another constituency crown, one of the MP no your back. Also picture at that as I'm super cheap.
You see, this whole thing, no, what it is, and they say, what was it? One thing we have to also try and observe, and they say, in our political arena in Ghana and system I run, you know, we always use images to do things. Obi o kra na obeke bi kra na nye even though na president kra na ni that's no. Obi kra na bia obi mpo na adonate at the chrono and na bia ono no the president bi ni picture kra dey akoto so obi no MPB no ono so pese to abama na obabi no akofa enye ade a only NPP say crime both NPP and DC, and I will not associate it with other parties, you know, like Nana Furi was trying to say Yanum, which I'm being fair. That is how I do my politics. He is right to say Yanum as the way he's saying it, because why? It's obviously and I say obviously you are campaigning for them. And these two parties, you know, and I hear forefront and forerunners or front runners of our party, I mean in our country, in terms of being in government. And the omumi na obia eyebi na omwaye and ka wo hwemu enye but as a matter of fact obia di ho for nobody can come and tell me say look yenti kromo anu na oman mu na NDC for ekoye green book.
I can say I'm not in support say amo buildings me bebe say na kala no. You see the picture of the colors of NDC picture. I don't like it. Yeah, say NPP so no be here bibi say Pasco dey fine. In na school you see Pasco.
Me anya Pasco. Na ona me pese wo nya na sa clear way no. Na nye apo say ye dey command kola mo.
Say ka say Pasco.
It was a set up a previous exam formula as to how the exams is
exactly, so, and you know just the
familiarization of how it is going to look like. What did they make an answer? But the whole is going to say another thing as I say a sentence. So say, "On some Kalani do one man, omo no ye sebea, omo padisia." And instead of saying, "Ni aya catch the omo krano say, "Mum adiye we mum sheso." Na mum fanye example of how our questions never bano a bel look like no. Instead of saying, "Come bet me a no ma practicing ye no ma share no ma who say ampa formula ni ye because say no." They relied solely on it say say and no near the amount say and exams you know we never bandimun control. Yes, I net here. But if you look across the whole country now, how did it go? Many of the senior high schools, you know, to do an actual more exams. Obian complaining, very few.
So how would the UK NPP team, the executives, will advise Ghana going forward in the next?
Ghana going forward. I know that you can't want to Ghana systems are saying. Media may use our word for a very long time at say. Your systems no a few common chroma pencil by and I will do this time okay. As I see a clear boss by yan kasa ye nim why because if you look at say a point your first year politics now, ya biano ya chian sign even this in a wa bemwa NPP ni bangi or kwebiso. Now, the Biano, the NDC Biano, mostly was NPP for the same way, NDC opposition now. If you look at the developmental project and agenda and how 3.5 years in the history of our country, ABC that even Kwame Nkrumah couldn't do it. Say 3.5 years. A Juma and another year, the first term, no 3.5 years. No. Kwame Nkrumah, ye Janiska.
Oh.
So on fact oh my Ghana. Nana so Ghana.
Bra.
And yet because Sham
Bra.
And IMF near the tone so 4 years of so the collapse of
I need you move.
Medical besiasem so medical besiasem. Enti se wo fa no that kwan no so a wo hwe adwuma nanado aye na se ganya se politics na ye na se na medical catch on na maka no kore ne dia kire won se both side of the party ni na di ho for na again DC cannot say ombeka say nanado ba ye oni adwuma bia Ghana fo nim se nanado aye and
we know say party there ama more there any part to about you are they believe and hope in you say can make things better and change things and it's many conservative in your agenda time under they become like this so now Alistair Campbell that one na yet Gordon Brown the way the chancellor right
yeah
now ultra was there's no money in the kitty okay fine I'm a say that is the reason why that we voted for you. Say Benabene money a Canada wa but ya can my and then maybe now call your Benny my and it's and this is for NPP forecast. It's not that you know there. The bottom line is you've been voted into power to correct stuff. Okay.
Now me know ya to me. I don't think mama catch us and me buy and me blame one this say. Or more criticize here wrong. That is right, okay. You buy and what I'm saying to you is that we are transforming the country's systems. Look, monetization of systems. How do you do it? Yeah, can you education? You're first free baby, and a year twice with your baby. Okay. Now this is education system. Now even chalk or crampo, a two baby, not teacher phone your been through. Okay, infantry board show, right now as we speak, you know, say 1.2 million people are and can name more say over best 400 to 500,000 uncle secondary school. I mean, free senior high school, you go a common be uncle. By this time, average over almost 120,000 a year, and I know to me. Uncle because of say now our parents and I say because one mommy would papa who are now only for it you want kwan to doctors and I say binum crowd and we binum Daniel Roberts and money at the but this time around you know within the last 3 years 1.2 million of our people our young children are they are in the classroom and no kwa keke kwa no moto.
May I move on quickly and call other stuff so what that's it on that okay now what I'm quickly if you now and say if you look at what the Abino yes is here right now as we speak free senior high school we have built 823 school blocks see that's what I'm kind of 823 school blocks are provided 3,223 classrooms in Ghana to make sure say because of say double track now about it year free and these are the investment that air cost your business sector so you are kind of know ya going to say the jawa how do we go about it NPP UK point of view yes Nyayensu first want to say and near man to tosino correct it is not the end of say idea we can buy into the whole concept in young fat near banko to be money and that one day me no be me nyad Mrs. Semino ya John because about be answer about also on the policy on the programs now the event saying say and me busa question be kwa wa ni mu say event saying about event saying identification national identification card aye aban bebre abako no omo agenda unfortunately they couldn't carry it out it took the EC to make it happen in terms of registering to vote right this is making about now. No,
I think you're wrong.
I may be wrong, but I'm then you can rebut from there. But what I say, let me see. You pass from Pensacola, friends, Mills, and Mahama. Then you be a young buy on better independent or side casting navy, right? Or the million now, maybe. But I'm trying to say, it has been one of the main programs of every political party and their leaders, but it has never been materialized. But thank God, say, Jenana Mensa, and I'm making sure say this is happening. 10 years. Mamen Twaso. Jenana.
Yeah,
Jenana, the EC commission, me that's it.
Okay, yeah, was that not what I know here? Can you be an interrupt?
Oh, me that's it. With them, Mati, with them, Memo Dibim. Okay, fetch me. Now me call him. Now the thing is say, Abaya Bako, and them also me no. They be no the wada. They may be brewa. You see, say the government in power has the power and the rightful every resource is abound for him to do something. No a boycott to. One day my program be about for. The Konya Onya now some coaching constitution one change. You become one sem. By the net. Me come and me can say the Konya say and yet is in a instigation ne policy ne mandated ideas say obey young man for you use national ID card which is right for me ID card no I think it's good to identify Ghanaian now make us a Koyachin the prison you become once now going forward no Akoba says a Siano every year Biano you better about and to Kwasi in the person like Honorable Ken Agyapong. Personally, never be I admire so much, and in fact, a bad political playing fielder, I follow him a lot. Me can't that out. Now, maybe it got to be monitored and checked. To be honest with you, they say I know he's been dragged to court and he's been reported to the CID by Sammy Gyamfi. Say or say obey, yeah. And the life is as far as Kenyapo is concerned. Okay, a renowned politician, Obianko Oluzuda, I say crimes and property Kosro. I don't know the Biano. Sammy Gyamfi me here set the policies anyway, but regardless, I give the respect or your communication officer, my NDC. But meanwhile, no. Ken, as to put to the level, say, or Kasa Asim say, or no Phyllis say, allegedly in life is in a threat. So why should this go on? People are watching him, people are following him, people are listening to him. She say like a fan called and free. A friend say Lebanon by, which is applaudable. Me, open the catch say, can I me and NPR, but me grada. Now, so unfortunately, no, me as a presenter, no, what is going on? You shouldn't talk like this. And then the NPP was at the
well, I think a new MPP decision. Now,
and he spoke in defense of Nanado because Sammy Gyamfi Kasai wrongly said Nanado diabolic.
Una will be some questions, you know. But question here will be say, look at how long it took you for you to learn.
Okay.
By the moment I will be a man, you came in again. Okay. And I think
I will be quiet and let you talk. Will be some question as I say to me, as you see no opportunity near to me answer. It's very important. So yes, I will give you that.
And the TV be a few and Sanamaba. Now can be about say during friends and Mensa and a man national identification card and a government policy and program and a project.
Okay.
I buy a shares here, they president before, and 1 year, and at a meals I buy former president, Gyamfi Crazy, and on only feel 9. Yenya caretaker president no toaso ono so ontime and was a president 2012 and was adia koya throughout to the end of the 2016 and ono so ontime and na NPP aban na we introduce you know as am buy no say David as a say what momu a utimi enya sebe a kind of record of your people you go kroma minim say nkotire kwa yi mu omo do omo kroma enti enia do wo kroma yi and that year do do okuma class o munya ko mbeka be yam ye so say no kwa anhwe ya estimation o mutiyenya number the amount and in NPP ne fa being say a policy as I see it me identify people who are Ghanaians and people who are not Ghanaians omo mai mu obi enya card now going forward in the intimi class so updating your systems now intimi monitor obi activities near the number transactions in terms of banking, businesses, and everything. And a great idea by the president right now said, and power tour at the end before the 8 years, yet man to us no. Now no buy was an double to us. Then it came in line with the this registration said, "Time now, woman who so ye no then maybe you could do you know." Now and now see it me associate me identify Ghanaians years so kakra so nti yen backup na yen fani me ntimi enye na easy no so mutachi yes or no so person or synchronizing the no into it now ntimi ede yes a boy am an ntimi move what could do higher level kakra and I think going forward no every Ghanaian should have that opportunity to say let me identify and say or a Ghanaian into a whole kakra no material or easy and the buy a buying way and a policy and I want making sure to say
can I ask the question sir? Did Aban use EC to roll out its policy?
Aban had his own authority that was in charge, which is the National Identification Authority. That was in charge. It's a separate. I didn't know correct because you see, one you careful now, you're misleading a telephone. There is a electoral commission. Or no koyen the juma we voters ID card that's separate and I want Ghana national ID card and this is so a separate 2 different institutions and I want juma now before say yeah EC can say me person me take mumu identification card na identify Ghana nima ye who so Ghana ni no say mo de obi de no ba no person will register ID card now may accept it.
Answer a simple question. We'll say this year no. And your easy policy, and you say Juma, and you say also and you say now a buy policy.
A buy policy.
And me Busa was say
nothing to do with the easy.
And then Busa was say easy we saw the opposition that came against this introduction of this ID card, right? Easy insisted that carry on aye. Now me Busa was saying did Aban use AC to carry out its policy?
No, Aban use its authority to carry out the Juma Yadiamanas assignment said, deliver this for me as a country, government. Deliver way na fama yen, na fama yen mine. And it's a Juma na ye, you know, you no say, yes, identification way, no here, na me identify Ghana for because of some more certified. Now, to me, I'm a Juma na ye mramam. You may subscribe into your record of that card to identify Ghanaians. It is completely different. Easy media and ordinary identification of many people. And about this, say, what would be? We need passport to so corner come be our new also and introduce you my name found to so. It is working together. And easy. And I buy no man no for years. You see, a subscribe into that particular program no now is successful. A man no money to identify Ghana for woman electoral voter registration. But clear. Now, I compare Canada Japan issue. We still question say a NPP area found. Now, we kasa yemu kutu back. We say Sammy Gyamfi the Canada Japan call to the authorities which is say why exercising the right by law. Say or person who did not say not only Canada Japan ejina mra kwan so. The right no Canada Japan so akokasa wo baby as a person and you ono so akasa wie ono so is answerable to Sammy Gyamfi say obeka say me the whole family kwan so ono so right so ko na okoyi na no exre sa emra ne tumi na de ne bekwa akosha ase. This is completely nothing to do with NPP.
Sir.
That's it. Yeah. Period. That would be my
okay. I understand that. Fine.
That would be my answer. Sorry, I should say.
Matthias, but I'm trying to say, Sammy Gyamfi comment on make here about another Kukufado. And then the mark can't respond there. I can read out to you by Breco. But I'm just say, or respond there, no. Na say, I won't say, me I can say, every election biano. Can Japan obi pushing many as a madam boy?
What was that? That was where now woko. But because of say would the MPP form more than a day, but me answer very short. Now, if you want me to address that particular bit now, can I make me can once to that point?
Come here, Francois.
Okay. Now, you see, if we say any part we are saying obia any different. Obia wo emotion. And the so called when you and I die at 2 Okay. Look, personally, as of a kid, I really don't support at MDDA, Canada Japan, Honorable Canada Japan, ADDA. And now, if you will so in Tina Mamma Casa, many now call sources ready. Forgive me to mention the name of the radio because I had to use it because I'm using it for as an evidence on the radio program.
Okay.
Now, many in a call our program, United Kingdom. I was meant to be part of the program, but we decided to Kasa. And so when the program finished, I called for a friend. Then I was given the opportunity to say if someone will be a candidate for and someone you can Japan. This is what I said to Ken. Pastor me catch and say, honorable. Me person me can't seem be a chill. Now Senia we see a we bold, but your honor me will be. Senia we see a bold. Now we see count semfa. Now we see what action is city. I want to also be very bold today to tell you something in your face. I mean, a kind of one. See, yes, a kind of. And I'm saying, okay. With you, that time was when Ahmed Swaleh issue, no. I happy. A friend was empire. Now, Okasa enemy tielo. Ama, you soon or no one any. In fact, I listened to that program that day and and I say, we are the image of our country. We are politicians, we are parliamentarian. This is how we reflect as a mind. Na Sebi, Sanka say, if you were no ebay, if you crowd was no being in the back and the 2 coin, OTA as a FM. And as I call a chrono 8 years and some way be. Not that day one Casawuni, Sema Okai, and how deep and how raw it was through the on air. And I have to be very honest with you. Many people that we know, because yes, we are in United Kingdom. Some young beings who did a crack. One Kingsley Matter that correct, but of a key and will be at the name to do now.
Yeah, okay.
And nipa dodoɔ na asusu mmiriɛ efiri ewiase nyinaa now saa nipa nom no dodoɔ na ma yɛhu sɛ ɔmo dɔ wankasa a ɛyɛ do but sɛ wo kasa dodoɔ na so yɛ na ɔmo akoma yɛ ɔmo ya they love you so much but sɛ wo kasa na wokɔ so deep with serious attacks. Now, Utumu's words, yes, seriously, and I use the word in front of him uncalled for. Then, the bully panel do one album. I wish, say, and can wait me at TMSM. That's how you win, can die, and Kababua papa because people love you so much. That's a more kind. Or say,
time, Copa.
Oh, there obviously assembly very important. And as I say, make me more good answer now a telephone who I am as well as say because I don't want to compromise. Say like I say, we may defend the enemy way, but I want to make sure say it is done properly to suit that because it was on air. And that Manusi, you know, not some more kind say, Chama. Ukraine was some now can a wumpa and so memfa. Now memfa no or explaining itself. And the go deep say, look, Obi idea sama to me so sama kumunipa. How would you react? Seriously. And Okasa Koya the called baby Amenka call back almost 15 minutes now Okasa to 20 minutes. Answering my question, even though Ukraine program. But then, Obabak can say, in fact, and this is on air. It was on air, so it's not something that and I maybe cannot obtain. If you go on YouTube and you play that for you said, TSI interview, you know what Agyapong on sources radio, you go there, you get it. And when you say I didn't see it. Now, in a nutshell, now can say, and now did the block a crack, and the enemy of videos and I'm reminded. Say, look, and Penifoni Macassa, you probably bring Macassa. But as a matter of fact, I know the people are concerned. Yes, it's true. But when you Munya common Kakra, just allow me a young, say me deep 60 hollow corner, no bomb, say me giant. On a walk in Agyapong. But I'm using GN Radio, a very powerful platform, to remind you of your words on Sources Radio that night. But I also say with this 60 year, if you all come over from Kakra, over Brenny Manasi Kakra. And humbly, I'm begging you and remind you that the boss and the Sofamaya because Nansan and Nankopoya Yatum. Yes, I witnesses say, what is 60 years? It must so. And Kaya, maybe I'm the man who is here now.
Okay, but I say, about to do the angel. I mean, so I think from Francesca, actually, I call Chica, and I say, of us, K, Honorable Kingsley, I do not tell Japan, aka of K, a year second vice, NPP, UK and Ireland, and I'm Motanican, of that's why. I was for much of a K, and here, I did them, and then me want to qua. Mamma Fachemi, Sebro Mudia, my friend, Honorable Al Hassan. Na me say, you know, I be finish because my man, age 40, unfortunately, he will be a medu. Honorable Al Hassan, whatever my NDC for Mumobo, Namoya Madom Wati, Namia Mobo. Udi Mechia, Umwameda, to the Bomodena Humobo, na TME. May fro, to what they are now fat. I'm so we can't fray. Bomodena Fana Yankasanian Shady. Yede wants to because me could man can be there. Yankana. Oh, Yamisha Honorable Al Hassan or Family Call.
Hello.
Good evening, Honorable Hassan.
Yeah, good evening, my brother.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Let me first of all apologize for the delay. You know, obviously, it's important we get to the bottom of issues that we bring on board. And therefore, let me remind you, Honorable Al Hassan is the chairman for the biggest opposition party, NDC, He's in the person of Alhaji Alhassan Mbalba, chairman for NDC, UK and Ireland and American. He is an English speaking, so we should all comport and listen to him. We won't speak to you now. I welcome you to GN Radio. It's the first time talking to you, and I very much appreciate you for responding to me.
It is a pleasure, my brother. Good evening to your cherished listeners. I'm okay with the delay, but maybe we have to apologize to our listeners who are waiting to listen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's part of those things. We always say African time, though we live in the English market.
We have to change.
Yeah. The attitude is not helping Mother Ghana. We have to change. Anyway.
I think my luckiest opportunity is this show is up to 11 o'clock, so hopefully I can deal with it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm at home. We can talk.
Yeah, sure. No, the show is. I'll be giving time to 11 o'clock. I was trying to compress it to 10, but unfortunately, we have to bring in the half. If anybody calls me, you will finish and go. Anyway, let's carry on.
Yes, okay.
Honorable Alhassan, first of all, let me ask you of the current trend in NDC. That we can scale it down to wherever I want to take you to. I want to the chairman and the founder of the NDC, His Excellency ex-President John Rawlings, has said NDC will collapse and drown because of Professor Kwame Nkrumah's book, Working with the Rawlings. And a whole lot of informations in that book. Basically, everybody mentioning in that book has denied, one way or the other, how the person is being depicted in a particular context. Rawlings is vowed to take it on. What is NDC doing about it? And what's the man trying to achieve, if you can tell me, and the listeners?
Well, first of all, let me correct this impression. Rawlings never said NDC will drown because of Professor Kwame Nkrumah's book. What he said is that there is a struggle control of NDC. And if care is not taken, NDC could drown and collapse. If care is not taken. So it's only giving a caution that the happenings in NDC, we need to handle it carefully.
Okay.
And as a founder of the party, he has every right to give such warning. So let's not misconstrue whatever the founder said. I read what he said, the big Facebook, it's not even a formal response, just a Facebook response to whatever is believed to be in the Professor Kwame Nkrumah's memoir, if I may put it that way. So let's get that clear before we can move to the other subject matter.
I'll take that one. Let's continue.
Okay.
I'll quote you as we go along.
Okay. I've not read Professor Hoy's book in as a whole, but I've seen some of the abstract from that book. I'm here to lay my hands on it. But you see, that's his account of events that preceded happened years ago, which is always good to know what happened in the past. And of course, the characters that were mentioned, or the individuals that were mentioned in the book, as you rightly pointed out, came out to deny some of Paul's account of events. We as NDC, we are not going to spend too much time debating about it. It's just like writing thesis. It's an academic work. Your viewpoint must not be acceptable to everyone, they have the right to say it. So for me, it's not something that we are too much worried about because we are poised to capture power come 7th December. There is nothing that can distract our attention. And I don't think, as a senior member of NPC family, Prof came out of the book to distract us. No, that is not the intention. As to whether the timing is right or not.
Is it because it's Ghana and we don't take things into account?
Pardon me?
Is it because it's Ghana and we don't take things into account and people are not focusing on things like that?
No, I mean, the issues confronting Ghana today is about the fundamental attempt by President Akufo-Addo to change the social structure of Ghana. Abuse of the human rights, trying to disenfranchise Ghanaians, deny their Ghanaians their birthright, the corruption, the mishandling of COVID-19, lack of a failure to meet make good his electoral promises are what defends Ghanaians, not what somebody said or did 5 or 4 years ago. It's irrelevant. I mean, we are focused. What will make our station better? Will Professor Kwame Nkrumah change what is currently happening in Ghana? No. So why should we be worried about that? I'm not saying it's irrelevant, but at this crucial moment, even if I get it, I don't think I'll spend my time reading it. I'll read it after December 7th.
Okay.
Because it's not that I'm
in that case, I'll let you rest on that. When you read it, we will discuss it. I think that there's a lot in it. Let's move on quickly.
It's not going to be up. But let me make it clear.
Okay, go on.
The political dynamics of today's Ghana has nothing to do with that book. Not at all.
No.
We are moving to Jubilee House. Yes.
I agree because you know best. And I will support whatever. I want to support it, but I agree because you know what is going on in your party. Because you mentioned COVID-19. Let me tackle the issue on COVID-19. Yeah.
Yes.
Have you opened the set that you listen to? If you can turn it down a little bit for me, I'll be grateful.
Oh no, I'm just on last speaker. Do you want me to open it?
Thank you. That is very nice. Now I was coming up.
Yeah.
You mentioned COVID-19. When COVID-19 hit everywhere in the world, when it hit Italy, France, Belgium, Italy, France, Spain, and UK was warned. UK let the airport open. There wasn't any immigration at the airport. You come in there, check yourself, and go out. But then Ghana was doing testing. UK was warned to start testing, but they turned a blind eye. I don't know how, if they dragged their feet, I don't know. But they were not testing, but Ghana was testing. So if you say NPP did not deal with COVID-19 well, how do you explain this?
I mean, my brother, it's simple. We are in UK here. The information that was coming from government or on daily basis continues to come from the government in UK. I mean, it's not been politicized or massaged like we have in Ghana. Look, the figures in Ghana keep on increasing. This country, let me ask, have you ever heard them reporting survival rate? Have you ever heard the UK government saying this number of people have survived from COVID-19? No. All what they are interested in, how many people contracted it, how many people have passed away. But Nana, with his midnight, I'm coming to your home addresses, turned the whole serious pandemic into a political battleground. And that is why I'm saying the politicization of COVID made us not to address it. Even at this crucial moment, the figures are still going up. But he deliberately used what he called science, not knowing that it was political science, to relax the social distancing just because he wants the national NI authority to go about issuing Ghana card, and subsequently, what did we see? He lifted the ban to the extent of even saying the restriction is not applicable to EC, just to pave the way for the EC to conduct this needless new voter register.
Why is it needless?
I'm coming. In that process, I will come to that. He's exposing vulnerable Ghanaians to this COVID. He's doing that. May God forbid. We don't want the figures to escalate. And let me tell you, this man President Akufo-Addo claimed he has closed the borders. He has increased contact tracing. And yet our figures are going up. Because it is believed that the virus was coming from outside Ghana. So if our borders are closed and we claim we're doing contact and tracing, then logically, if the systems that were put in place were working, the number of infections should be coming down. But the way they want to go about it, saying that everything is fine because they want to conduct a voter register, they started massaging the figures. Even the Ghana Medical Association came out to query some of the figures. So these days, nobody is concerned about whatever figures they are relating. If the whole government can even lie to IMF, because the figures, the economic figures that they presented to Ghana Parliament was different to what they presented to IMF for the 1 billion bailout. So how can I believe this? Bawumia Akufo-Addo led government, they have lost their credibility. Like the Honorable Hussein said, if Bawumia greets you good afternoon, you have to stand and make sure that it's really afternoon.
Do you think you can honestly say this government has not handled the COVID-19 well, whereas around the world and everywhere in Ghana?
No, not at all. You see, I belong to that school of thought. I made it wrong, and I'm prepared to say that the virus is not causing havoc in tropical countries like Ghana, and that is saving us. But when it comes to handling of it, I'll tell you, the government is not doing anything. Take this country. I think there's a topic on the senior high school students. In this country, have they reopened their schools? No. As students that were supposed to write their final exams this year in this country, are they writing it? No.
But if you...
I'm advancing my argument. So look, in this country, it is believed that much of the casualties, the victims, came from residential settings, like elder residential homes.
Like care homes and stuff.
Care homes. Look, if this country, secondary cycle is students, secondary school students are 99% day. They don't sleep, they don't have dormitories, they just go there. We're even reluctant to open their schools because they fear they will be spread. And you, Ghana government, with our congested, overcrowded primary school dormitories, you have called students back in the name of them coming to write their exam, not knowing that you want to register them and do propaganda because you are destined to lose the forthcoming election. So that is the problem we have in Ghana. The politicization and lack of information or inadequate information emanating from the government is making the whole thing to be suspicious. So if you tell me 1,000 people have recovered, how do I believe it? Even in this country, if people recover from it without even going through hospital, some will recover some will recover without even.
Let me stop you there. And you know, you keep comparing Ghana to referring to UK, right? But if you follow the chart properly and how this COVID-19 is being handled by both UK and Ghana, right? Everything that Ghana does, the UK government doesn't do it, either drag your feet or do it later. Let's start with the testing, right? The testing, Ghana was testing. Why, when you get to the Heathrow airport, nobody was testing. Nobody was there. No one was there. Ghana was testing, and it was even on the news on this country, on the national news, that a passenger from Ghana came to this country on air, praising how best Ghana government have put into play. But it's unfortunate we don't see it. Why is that?
No. It's propaganda. Do you remember?
The white people.
No, I'm coming. Let me make this point. What about the app, Baumia and then Honorable Oslo Solange? They said they were going to introduce some app to be tracing. What happened to that? Look, this is serious crisis. We are not joking. It's not politics.
No.
But for the whole vice president to even be equating COVID-19 to do so, that was when I realized that these people have lost it completely.
Okay.
And if we don't pray, Ghana would go down in drains. Look, people were even, a serious government were even equating it to a third world war. And the vice president, looking at Ghanaians, and then was bold enough to tell them that comparing it to doing so. Where is the data? Data to show that they are making progress as far as COVID-19 is concerned. It's full of propaganda just to make it look as if they were on track because they want to relax things so that they can do whatever they think they are going to do to remain in power. But Ghanaians have already made their minds, even before the arrival of COVID. So whether they massage the electoral register or not, which they are good at it, because all what they are good at is to massage figures. As for the issue of them presenting different figures to IMF and another to Parliament, the good people of Ghana, it's just an example that is a government that we cannot trust.
Okay, we don't know about.
So I can't believe any figure that is. Now, what basis are they assessing? Even take the 3 northern regions. There's no any center for testing. Okay, now 5 northern regions. Tell me. There's nothing. So what is happening to the people? Even in the southern sector, is it not Noguchi and then another center in Kumasi? Had it not been the infrastructure development John Mahama provided, Ghana would have been in serious crisis. All the hospitals they claimed they were Photoshop, they were just in Green Book, is now what they are using to treat COVID-19. So tell me, what initiative has President Akufo-Addo-led government introduced since he took over, which is helping to address the COVID-19 pandemic? No, nothing. So it should be ashamed of himself. And I wasn't surprised, and all of a sudden, he was waking from his slumber that he's going to build 98 or this is 96 hospitals within a year. And when I read it, I said, look, this man is going to start another episode of promises, utopian, half-baked policies. And all of a sudden, the finance minister has now come back to say they need another 4 years to build. Didn't you know that you need to lay a foundation? So if you give them 20 years, they can't even build 10 hospitals. Their track record is showing that they are not interested in developing Ghana. All what they are interested in is to manipulate the system, amass wealth for their families and their schools, and they'll continue to control the economic height of the country. Ghanaians are mature.
You mentioned about. You talked about the what's happening in schools. I mean, bringing back the final year students to sit their exams and all that. And what's happening in schools at the moment? The distraction, the vandalism and all that demonstrations that's going on in schools, and even the PASCO questions, which has the president's picture on top. I spoke to your colleague from NPP, telling him not liking what NDC that what infrastructure they did was depicted with their colors, which I'm not interested because it's meant to be Ghana. But with this, I also don't like it. It's not a picture, but the thing is, what do you make of the whole situation?
Well, it's unfortunate that our second cycle students, the future of the country, are being turned into political football. It's sad. It's sad. They are not just there to acquire formal education, but they are supposed to learn some good morals. If you are preparing for exams, you have to prepare fully. You shouldn't be preparing because you want to go and find questions that will be easier for you to write and pass. So on that note, I don't think the students are right for demonstrating. And even if they are demonstrating, I mean, it's sad. I've never seen this before. That is where our country is heading to. Complete breakdown of law and order. We have all gone through difficult exams in our life. But if you go into an exam room and you are not able to answer the question, doesn't mean that you should come out and start vandalizing things and insulting the president of the day. That one, I will blame the students for that. But you see, there's always a reason for certain behavior.
Would you allocate some sort of punishment for them, and what would you be?
Of course. I think the relevant authorities will set up. They should set up some.
Let's take it as NDC in power, and what would the education minister or the committee they set in place to investigate?
No, I'm not going to deal with hypothetical questions. NDC is not in power.
All right.
And if NDC were to be in power, I don't think the students would have behaved that way. Now, I'm going to tell you what led to the situation.
Okay.
If we have the government of the day that thinks that his political survivor relies on a senior high school, politicizing everything, to the extent of even referring them Nana Ado's graduates. I don't know, I've not heard about their campaign manager, Peter Menu. When he was even introduced as the national campaign manager, what did he say? He all the senior high school students are going to vote for them. So that perception that they are Nana Ado's graduates, trying to politicize it, to make it look as if other political parties or political actors in Ghana are against free education, is partly to be blamed for the behavior. It's partly. If we are sat down as a country and say, look, this free senior high school, no political tradition can claim ownership. If anything at all, the NDC should claim the elephant share, because the free HSS was inserted in the 92 Constitution, which the then Delcobuzia tradition boycotted the consultative assembly that drafted the 92 Constitution. Let's go back a bit. Even before it was inserted in the 92 Constitution, it was Chairman Rawlings who started the pilot JSS. I'm a product of that one.
All right.
Those days, it was Chairman Rawlings, the early 80s. I went to JSS, Chairman Rawlings JSS in 1983. Those days, you finish your primary school, primary 6, they will select some best students from the various primary schools, because that time there was only one side JSS in every region, was it every district? I can't remember. So it was very competitive.
Once in every district, that's right.
Yes, you have to go and write entrance exams. And then the best will go to that JSS. And you spend 3 years before writing your basic what and what living certificate. And if you pass and pass well, you go to Form 4, Form 3, or Form 2 in secondary school. So you go and join those who would have gone to senior secondary school through the common entrance exam. But can Rawlings sit down and say, I'm J.J. Rawlings, free agents? What kind of thinking is that? So something that is national, something that is national, is even in our constitution, enshrined in the constitution. And then we have a government, a president, that thinks that it is through his own imagination or in his own initiative that thing is happening. Nobody should claim credit. Let's even put that aside. Without the e-blocks that were constructed by President John Mahama, I think would have been experiencing quadruple tracking, not double tracking. So how can Nana be going around claiming that he is the brain behind free agents? Nobody should talk about it. They are paranoid. I listened to the NPP last year. It was all over the place about this free agents. I'm saying, what is wrong with these people? We are not talking about free agents because nobody is against it. You have introduced it. Your mama has made it clear that we are not going to abolish it. But in every social initiative, you need to review it. So when he comes back to power, inshallah, he will review it. So as far as I'm concerned, free senior secondary school education should not be even a topic of discussion for this coming election. Because the major political parties, both of us have agreed that it has time to stay. But if you have a government that has nothing to tell Ghanaians, they always go back to old stuff, and that is what is going to lead hasten their defeat.
Okay, going forward, we had the children start insulting Nana-Addo,
Yes.
and cussing him and all that. Can I just ask you about Sammy Gyamfi? Because the children of today are learning a lot with the social media and whatever it is. And Sammy Gyamfi is a big man in NDC, a whole NDC worldwide as a communication officer.
Yeah.
Do you think his utterances, the way he organizes or he put his words across, especially when he's talking about even a policy that he should attack directly on a sector, mingling with the president and everybody else, isn't it what the children are, copying, following? Because I believe the kids were wrong insulting the president.
Well, Sammy Gyamfi has never insulted the president to the best of knowledge. I'm coming. I mean, if he use certain adjectives, we need to sometimes figure of speech. We shouldn't blow it at. Is President not a corrupt president? He is. Is he not a abuser of human rights? He is.
How?
Okay. So these are some of the things. Yeah, no, look, the incorruptible Nana-Addo today will go down in history as the most corrupt president in the history of Ghana. I can tell you. He has institutionalized, legalized, and constitutionalized corruption in Ghana. He is the chief clearance officer who will say it today, who will say it tomorrow. Nothing. That's not an insult. We are just describing him. And as far as I'm concerned, that is what
you continue by. I'll give you a phone. If Sammy Gyamfi says, Akufo-Addo using a diabolic nation-wrecking agenda to suppress voters, a diabolic. You and I can explain that not something, not a word that is sweet, is it?
No, my brother, I'm not going to mess with. I think if that's what you are referring to, I think Sammy Gyamfi was even charitable to the president.
Is it?
No, yes, because this is the president who looked at Ghanaians in their faces and told them that we are going to conduct Ghana's election, not West Africa or ECOWAS election, referring to the old voter register. And because of that, all his appointees are praying. And all the agenda from the one some of us were saying is just to abolish the old register, and then they'll use strategies for gerrymandering. Gerrymandering in Ghanaian term is the battle of people from one station to another, and to disenfranchise and intimidate eligible Ghanaians from voting. And that is exactly what we are seeing. Look, let me tell you one thing. Yesterday, I listened to video trending on Facebook by Mustafa Hamid, still playing the same line that, there's no intimidation. There's nothing. All what they are saying, Ghanaians, they just want only Ghanaians to be registered. Fair enough. I wouldn't be happy if a foreigner decided who should be the president for Ghana. I wouldn't be happy. But this is a president that claims they have closed our borders so that foreigners can come from Togo to register in voter register. Fair enough. Airports are not operating. And you still think that we have foreigners in our country who are trying to put their names on our voter register. How come that NDC is not preventing anybody from registering? And all those who have been challenged are rather the NDC, NPP people. I'm sad. A very popular journalist, which I'm sure is in the news, has been challenged from registering. You know her crime? Because she can't speak Twi and Ga. And yesterday, when I saw it on Facebook, I thought people were lying because this lady has made name for herself. So I interrogated her, and it is true. I said, okay, what are the reasons for them not registering you? She said, that they said because she can't speak Twi and Ga. I said, okay, you are from Garu, in Upper East. There you speak Kusal. If you go ask them, can they also speak Kusal? So you see, what Nana is doing, we shouldn't pretend. We all know the history of civil wars in many countries has to do with challenging the citizens of other nationals. Cote d'Ivoire is just an example. Rwanda, Burundi is about nationality. We can't take the peace we are enjoying for granted. We can't. And listen to Mustafa Ahmed. Yesterday when I heard it, I said, look, the hypocrisy in Ghana politics is too much. Why am I saying this? Ghana belongs to all of us, regardless of your tribe. Mustafa Ahmed, I will say it on authority on air. He said Bisa, we call them Busangas. Majority of them are in politics. Now if you go to Upper East region, where Mustafa claims he's coming from, Kungugu and Sapelga, we have the Bisa there. So today, will Mustafa Ahmed be happy if his claimants, the Bisa, are prevented from registering? Just because they are not ignorant Ghanaians. That's exactly what is happening in Volta region. We have evidence in Ghana, we have evidence in Togo, we have evidence in Ohene. So you can't have a member of parliament of a ruling government telling the whole world that Voltarians are Togolese, and the president kept quiet. Only for him to also come out and support it. That we are not going to use West Africa or ECOWAS register. It is the same ECOWAS register that got you, Nana, into power. So about his strategies to suppress voters, I think Sammy Gyamfi was even charitable. If I get the chance, I'll say worse things than that. We can't keep quiet. Ghana belongs to everyone. Today, let me tell you what, the situation we are in now is very dear. I listened to Odia. I don't know if he spoke Dagon now. I would have signed it to you. My case, the government in Kumasi and Sawasi, they have been prevented from registering. That's the government. So, as far as I know, we don't have the government in any West African country. So, even if you want to go by tribe, the government should be the last people for you to prevent from registering, just because you think they are from the north. Let's assume if the government in Tamale also start preventing accounts from registering or attacking them, where are we heading forward? The burden would be on President Akufo-Addo. He's bent on turning Ghana into flames, and we are not going to allow him to do that. We are not going to allow him to do that.
Okay.
So you see, this is a president that, I mean, excuse my language, lied his way throughout into Jubilee House. And he's still repeating it. And the lies are catching up with him. So the only way...
No. How did he lie his way through the Jubilee House?
Where's the one down, one village?
No.
Where's the one factory, one village?
If you say he lied his way through to Jubilee, that means he lied through to get to where he is now. But I think you're not being fair if you say so, that he lied his way through. But if you say... to me, his campaign messages or promises has not been fulfilled, I will support 100% because I believe not all has been fulfilled. But
no. Let me put it in context.
Okay.
I'm a student of politics. I remember my first lecture in politics at the University of Ghana. The lecturer said, the politics is mother of all lies. And you could see the whole class were confused. And the guy looked at her and said, don't worry, I know you are confused. But to be confused is part of the reasons why you are here. We should go and think and come back. And the following day, lecture, he explained what he meant by that. Politicians, sometimes it's not their intention to lie.
Okay.
They always have good intentions if they are in opposition. So they make all kinds of promises. But if they are given power, then the reality will dawn on them. Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, that wasn't the case because they knew what they were saying was practically impossible. Let me tell you, how can you build one dam in every village? The geographers will tell you it's not every land that is suitable for a dam. It's as simple as that. So from day one, they knew there's no way, because in the first place, they didn't even know the number of villages in the north, let alone assessing the topography to decide whether it will be viable to build a dam. No wonder the few that they constructed, one, it dried up, because of Hamatan. Another one, when the rains came, they were washed away because they didn't do feasibility studies. 31 district, one factory. How can you build factories all over? Even environmental pollution will not justify that. It can't. The industrialized countries, Japan, Germany, and Britain, they don't build factories all over. Take UK, for instance. Take London, for instance. We have 32 local authorities or boroughs here. Can you go to Westminster and say you are putting factory there? So why you should have been telling Ghana, okay, we'll do what we call localization of industries. Get one region or two regions, get a particular place, put the factories there. But no Ghanaians are going to do it. Another clear example of deceiving Ghanaians is when he came out with this 92 or 94 hospitals within 1 year. Know very well that you are left with 6 months to go. And even if you have the resources, everything, manpower, how can you build 98 hospitals in a year? He said it. Boldly. Everybody heard it. And even at that point, the finance minister was saying that, look, because of this COVID-19, our economic outlook is going to be very difficult. It will take us 3 years at least to even come back to normalcy. So an economy that is on ventilator couldn't even build one hospital. And you go with COVID-19, and it adverse effect on the economy. You can build 98 hospitals within a year. Why can't I say the president is lying to Ghanaians?
Okay.
So it's not like he planned and he failed. He just knew he can't do it, but he still told Ghanaians that he's going to do it.
And the Ghanaian.
And why should the president tell Ghanaians that ECOWAS register was used in 2016? What evidence? We have not finished the registration exercise yet. But so far, the information we are getting is likely to be the same as in 2016. So where is the bloated register coming from? Where are the Togolese on our register? Please. Ghana belongs to everyone.
This discussion here, I'll bring NDC, NPP, and other parties on the platform, so that we talk through it. And when you talking, you people will discuss so that the Ghanaians will hear us.
Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, put your final thoughts across and let's conclude it.
Okay. I mean, I think there's that hula balu that why should Sammy Gyamfi report Kennedy Agyapong to CID? Why won't he report him? This is a man who thinks that he's more powerful than anyone in Ghana. He issued similar threat to Ahmed Swala. Today, where's Ahmed Swala? Where's Ahmed Swala? I don't know about Honorable J.B. Duncan, but I understand he has been implicated. So for him to issue similar threat to a leading member of our party, a serious country or serious government would have even arrested him. It is only the NPP, the likes of Kennedy Agyapong, can be members of parliament. I'm sure if we were to be NDC.
And I don't want to defend Agyapong. I don't want to defend standing in his place. And time is also fast spent. But what I want to say is, if what Sammy Gyamfi said, and if it were you would say even worse than that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think
I've got a tape that I can play now. That's he said, I can have people to, beat him up. Right?
Who said that?
Kennedy Agyapong. Why can't he say that in his, views? If Sammy Gyamfi could say the president using his diabolic and the agenda, resignation, and I believe everybody has the way he talk. If you
we are in a free country, and maybe they will drag me for contempt of court, so I'll be careful here. Look, let me tell you one thing. Look at the Supreme Court, the happenings at the Supreme Court.
Atubiga?
No, the current one, the happiness is the best Ghana birth certificate. You are in this country. The basic requirement to prove British citizenship is birth certificate. UK don't have a national ID card. Passport is not compulsory.
So somebody
can go
out country.
can be raised in this country till he goes to his grave or her grave without going for passport. But you can't say that person is not a British citizen. The United Nations Convention of Human Rights has made it clear birth certificate is the universal accepted document to prove citizenship of every country because it is a lancet, a foundation upon which other human rights can be realized. It's as simple. Ghana under President Ronald was the first country to ratify the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child in 1990. Today, we have a human rights lawyer as president, abusing this fundamental human right. We disagree. We accept the verdict because, unfortunately, our judicial system, we can't challenge the Supreme Court. We can only go for review, and that even the reviews of the aspect to go away.
In as much as I'm concerned, in as much as
so why wouldn't I say the president is behind all this maneuver?
Well, fair enough, but as far as I'm concerned, I think it was EC's policy to use the ID, but I'm not sure if you will align the president says, well, and the NPP have said it was NPP's agenda.
Please. Look at the kangaroo tactics they used to remove Charlotte Osei. This was a plan even before Nana came to power. It was fun. Because if Charlotte Osei was there, You can't do that because I always say okay. The only way we can break sanity back in Ghana is to get Nana out. Yes, Supreme Court can make their verdict everything, but if we have majority in Parliament, inshallah, come December 7th, we ignore law to correct all these anomalies. Because Ghana now is a laughing stock. I've carried out research, and it is only Ghana on this earth. Is the only country on this earth where the birth certificate of that country is not recognized as a proof of citizenship. I've checked, and then I work out in that profession. I come across a lot of nationality from different countries. Okay. And first and foremost is their birth certificate. So I've carried out a research with the hope that I'll get a country where their birth certificate is not a proof, and it's only Ghana. Mr. Mamba, that can continue. He can do his best, but come December 7th, January 1, we take over, 2001. The first thing is to initiate law to correct all these anomalies. We can't continue to live in a police state, a country where we have the real owners and the non-owners. When Osei said, what did the president say? Nothing. Nothing.
Let's end it here, Mr. Mbaba.
Anyway, thank you.
And I thank you for your time. In fact, I'll have you and your colleagues on the set.
I'm always ready. I mean, they are running away from their record. I'm always ready. I'm waiting for them in 24/7.
It will happen.
They should come out. They are in government. They have to come out. And let me tell you before I end, please, my fellow countrymen and women in the UK. We are here. We should call and tell our families and friends in Ghana the only way Ghana can regain its lost glory is to vote President John Mahama back. This is not about John Mahama. It's not about him. It's about the stability, the unity of our country. Our diversity, we are very strong. We are diverse, but we are a united country. Nkrumah created united country, not a divided country. It's a mistake. If for whatever reason we make a mistake and even allow Nana to get 40%, it will think that we are approving whatever is happening in Ghana now. It's not about MPP NDC fight. Our country is at a serious crossroads, and we can't take things for granted. Thank you.
Our country is at a serious crossroads, and we can't take it. Thank you, Mr. Alhaj Alhassan Mbamba.
Thank you very much.
I will talk to you again, and I appreciate you.
No problem.
UK, NDC, UK, and Ireland.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I was out for Sabato, my pong. Where me there, my pong Sabato. Just say hi and let me call. I was out for my pong. Me want to me one friend now. Me want to watch it now. And you see the marathon. DJ Big Joe Jam Hoko, the producer remotely Oko. But Hana did be see yen chakra. Yamisha Munanity. Where extra time politics say what GN radio so within the Koba. Yami Adamwa. Next Monday you'll be here. This show will be Mondays and Thursdays. We promise Mondays and Tuesdays, but management has sat down and have, rearranged stuff. Say about Mondays and Thursdays. So we should, be able to give a day to the listeners and a day to the politicians. Some become some area. Na many mummy yeah so power. What do I say? And I must say more anything. Wani. Mapon. Da. Ade action. Yami bo action. Mone ye. Good night.
Hey, I branch yeah.
The great beats.
Yeah. I just say be a me penant yeah. Jetta na mini bi. Yeah. I just say be a me a pepe. Sikaya na mini bi. Yeah. And I make a man and number Sabasa made and I made it. Today be a me with chrome or down. Passona, what's a me a crown? Yeah. Here I do. I am in crabby and a free fear. Pape, I am in crabby and a free fear. I drop me bra, and I said, do fear. Here I do. I am in crabby and a free fear. Yeah. Ni besi bia me se Samera wa me tonyo Ni besi bia me se Ni besi bia me se Samera wa me tonyo Ni besi bia me se No say na me dia me just you Say na me dia me just you Etina na me when it just last year boy Papa na me, you will it ya celeste me do fear. I can't train my son, sacred, and was many are wondering man up. I come in there with the assassa. Yeah, here I do. I am in crabby and a free fear. Papa, I am in crabby and a free fear. I drop me bra, and I said do fear. I am a crabby and a free fear. Yeah. Ni besi bia me se Samera wa me tonyo Ni besi bia me se Ni besi bia me se Samera wa me tonyo Ni besi bia me se Yeah, we me many so me brepa obiamwa Ni we me mbo me se me an so biamwa I just say be a me penantie Jetta na mini bi Yeah I just say be a me pepe Sikaya na mini bi Yeah And I me pesa me ne number Sabasa me de na me didi Today be a me wo chrome or down Passona what's a me a crown Yeah Here I do I am in crabby and a free fear Pape I am in crabby and a free fear I drop me bra, and I said do fear. I am in crabby and a free fear. Yeah. Ni besi bia me se Samera wa me tonyo Ni besi bia me se Yeah. Ni besi bia me se Samera wa me tonyo Ni besi bia me se Say na me dia me just you Say na me dia me just you
A big sound of the big tune.
Hey, yo, Tom,
nobody fi show me how I live my life. Street tonight show man, I sharp like knife. I think far when money come my way. Stay forever, never fade away. Babylon front to me, boom, my baby. Ground to the top, lead that day. Let's speed it up, say for punk, coming on, Charlie Town.
Girls know we can pay. Keep it high like it's stampy. Do the same the next day. Let me try it. No be easy, no be easy. Baby, let me try it. No be easy, no be easy. Baby, let me try it.
Come on, what's up?
No, you wanna see me naked. I wanna be a baby.
DJ Big Joe in the mix.
Brother, listen on the ground. Then again, I just can't be around. I'm just down on the nose. It's like I do things that I'm wrong. Wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wow. When I'm with you, all I get is wow.
Girl, come on. What's up?
I know she said she feet take calm. The thing heavy if she carry it away. She do make a break up. Big tip. Anywhere you there, small it out. Bust it for me like an AK. And watch me take this one. I am a dog for car, my friend the dick. Anywhere you there, I said it, Coco, how I end only. Baby, car you want, I go ask. Baby, take my heart, baby, carry go. If you think I gon' leave you, God forbid, yeah. If you leave me, die with it, yeah. You just show me things I can't resist, yeah. I go mention your name to the whole wide world. It be you that give me joy. Better make us suffer so you don't cry. If you having food today, I will go sky. Girl, if it's true what they talk me, I know they lie you. If you leave me today, girl, I don't fit
Papa no walk up, no, ya bro mercy. Ya bro mercy. Papa no walk up, no, ya bro mercy. Ya bro mercy. Minty, me that for your see. Maybe I saw the I can't believe what my eyes are seeing. Any kind I say I am dreaming. It's your bingo and journey of his head. Oh yeah, OBX. Yeah, we wouldn't in a hoodie behind. Oh yeah, OBX. Now I'm fine, no. Oh yeah, OBX. One baby, I got you me. Nade, me, OBX.
Sexy girl, you got my attention. Call me Eugenie. I promise you now, me never ever go touch your body until we marry. How can you live without me? I promise you now, me never ever go touch your body until we marry. I never gonna boom bang bang 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 boom bang bang. So give me one chance. I never gonna boom bang bang 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 boom bang bang. So give me one chance. Oh yeah, make I show you something. I know they all wanna show something. Every day I go decorately build you up 'cause I'm Mr. Romantic. You are my good girl. I go cherish your body, oh. Only you, girl. I care for you, never go touch any girl, oh. Like you won't do it your way. 'Cause you are the only reason why I'm praying. Never go touch you long to the day.
DJ Big Joe in the mix.
Scale songs. See, crazy baby, 'cause I give you my heart and my body. Whenever Whatever you need, love, call me. I will give it to you 6 in the morning. I'll be your hobby. I will do anything for the body. So I love ya, ghetto, baby, baby. My sweet potato. Oh, yeah, who wine for me, baby? Oh, he my Doritos. Answer to me, come and I'm ready, yes,
Jennifer Lomote. I'm concerned about why you're ready, dear. I hold my team when I would see the team when I'm a play, and then I treat her in your wood here. She be too nothing, so see me just Sweat dressing code for money, so my fashion no the makes sense. Never try tax man them. Then I call this your boy EMG Medical. Booty, DJ, Big Jew, Men's some swat. It's no see how mommy say. If we saw a bike up on Monday, mommy can. Well, baby girl, give me care. As a lado, see the way I stop and stare. I swear, square. Now I'm Gio, mommy. Maybe I said, dear. I'm from you, honey. And I'm here, Tom. See the way I flick the money. I'll be everywhere you be. With a friend, honey. Yes, that.
Having boy again. Like
Money,
my toffee. Baby, when you smile, they give me life. This is me who cry, me sorry. Oh, yeah. Me too, so I'm sorry. And I never go to let you go. Jimmy, I'm sorry. Yeah. Miss Lewis, who am I? Mommy said, Mommy said, Mommy said, I feel you so about me. If I dey move with the cheat, anytime she go there my back. Now what they see, some man won't try and teach my cat. Charlie Benjamin more. You don't know me, don't know. You pen on me, pen on me. They ma come and I'm not you what the perfect man.
Why now?
Me check the backside down on the road.
Why now?
I me say, who no should I know?
Why now?
Everybody, no, say this backside.
Wow, no problem, no.
BI.
Your back be the problem, no.
You go what you know.
Wow, no problem, no.
Hey, yo.
You go what you know, problem, no. Wow, no problem, no.
You go what you know.
Your back be the problem, no. Wow, no problem, no. You go what you know, problem, no.
Checking the body, the way she did. Ukuta kublo body, no. Wama yenye blue boss you dross. Ukuta kubo for body na habon no. And this artificial body na be no. If you do what people do watch you. Come on my shorty, you do what people do what you be hot. Obani go what you need the click.
Problem, no.
The eye.
Your back be the problem, no.
You go what you know.
Wow, no problem, no.
Hey yo.
You go what you know, problem, no. Wow, no problem, no.
You go what you know.
Your back be the problem, no. Wow, no problem, no. You go what you know, problem, no.
Why now?
Class.
Why now?
Yeah.
Why now?
This is lyrical and
Yeah.
Love
the way I dance, calypso.
I love your wine.
Love the way I dance, calypso.
Why now?
Calypso. Wine pan it, sip on the thing and grind pan it. Wine pan it, sip on the thing. Wine pan it, sip on the thing and grind pan it. Wine pan it, sip on the thing.
Baby, you leave a memory in my head. Make me want take you from the party to my bed. See you moving your body from a distance. Want to get close to you like your assistant. Feel your vibration in every occasion. Winding up low like the eyes of an Asian. Body, I want your body. Give you this thing like a bee for your honey. Just cause your wine make my eye like the bird them will fly. Make me feel like I just pop a money. With your wine with dedication and sexy persuasion. Go down like inflation, up like elevation. Your wine inversion, turn me on like a station. You have the sweetest sensation.
Love the way I dance, calypso. You love the way I dance, calypso. Wine pan it, sip on it. You're looking at me all night, saying you don't got it on right.
Zagadad. Fire.
Sugar.
You must give me your heart, yo.
Happy to give you all of my heart, yo. My baby, with my coming, I go give you all.
Hey, baby, you are wonderful. You be miracle. Oh, you're number one. But I'm a come up in my own. Baby, you are wonderful. You be miracle. You go give blessing. But I'm a come up in my own. I could do anything for my love. I go tell her all my secrets. I don't go hide anything, no.
I'm gonna do anything for my baby. I go tell her all my secrets. I don't go hide anything, no.
Really, I'm not going to mind.
Come and give me
Nowadays, what's good, people, it's the boy Stalin. And now rocking with the finest DJ Picture. Good luck.
Please give me something more natural. Feel me like our day. You can't go best here, when you put them on me. Near me, our day. Near the Mokononi. Make I tell you some story. This pretty girl know I'm daddy. My girl, you turn me on. I just admire your face, so she say make up the reggae calypso, so she can wind her waist and her hips, so the way she do me, it be like I dey watch some movie. As we enter the room, oh, you go hear sunipete. They make my take you right, make you come for some surprise. Really, I'm in a good mind. Feel me like our day. You can't go best here, when you put them on me. Near me, our day. Here, they Mokononi.
We make the girl dem a want. Yeah, me notice girl never try let them live up. Fire so nigga you deny me la. Reach it up hard, you for my umbrella. Girl likes. Yeah, he's there you go. See me, I no get that feeling. Oh no, yeah, well. But I got so much love to give you. I got so much love to give